Hello and welcome to Brooklands. We're here on Supercar Day. It's organised by Auto Italia, and it's full of supercars, as you can see behind me here. And we've got a couple starting up there, so lots of big roaring engines, lovely gleaming paintwork and beautiful lines on these Ferraris, Maseratis. What have we got starting up there? We've got a Porsche starting up in the background there, we can hear as well. So all sorts, and it's looking like a good day here at Brooklands again. Okay, we've got Auto Italia magazine here. We've got Michael Ward, who's actually the organiser of the day. He's going to tell us a little bit about Supercar Sundays. What's it all about, Michael?
Well, it sort of is what it says on the tin. It's Supercar Sunday. It's allied with our Italian Car Day we hold in May, earlier in the year. That's a very successful event, and we're trying to attract the non-Italian element of the supercar fraternity to Brooklands. So it's a fantastic venue, always has been. I think this is our 7th year in a row now, and it's just a little bit something other than the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis. We have Koenigseggs, Porsches, Aston Martins, all sorts of very top-end machinery here today.
Brilliant. It does seem predominantly Ferraris and Italian cars, though.
Sadly, or encouragingly, we can't sort of get away from the Italian car sort of aspect, because they do build some fantastic supercars. But it is a day for all supercars, so everything is welcome. But there's always going to be a core element of Italian machinery to look at.
Yeah, I think so. It's what people want to come and see anyway, isn't it, really? But yeah, we do have all sorts of different makes, as Michael said. I've got a couple of Lotuses in the row in front of me here, a couple of Alfa Romeos and a pair of Ferraris as well. We're hoping to catch up with the owners on those at some point. Thanks very much, Michael.
Thank you. Good day.
I never know how to pronounce this one, a Koenigsegg, and I think we've got the owner here. I'm going to see if I can get a quick word with him. He's in demand. Hello there, I'm Tim. I'm from Brooklands. Just recording a few of the cars today. Yours is obviously one of the nicest here by the look of it to me.
Thank you very much.
I never know how to pronounce it though.
It's a Koenigsegg. Koenigsegg Agera R.
A Koenigsegg Agera R.
Made in Sweden at 1300 brake horsepower. Koenigsegg hold the world record in Nevada at 284 miles an hour. The new one just coming out is the Agera, which is now at 1700 brake horsepower, and which we will be getting in somewhere in September, October.
Right. Is it your personal car, or
Yes.
Are you a dealer by the sound of it?
No, I'm not a dealer, but I'm promoting Koenigseggs because I love them. But I'm not a dealer. This is
This is not your first one then, by the sound of it?
No. I'm a big collector. I have about 70 cars.
Goodness me. Not all Koenigseggs?
No, I wish it was.
So with such a large choice of cars to bring, why this one?
Well, I thought this was Supercar Day. It would be nice for people to have a look at a Koenigsegg.
I quite agree. I think you're right. What are the details on this one? Horsepower, etc.,
Well, the
etc.
horsepower on this one is 1,300 brake horsepower. The wheels are interesting because they're all carbon, no metal, so you can lift them without the tyres with 2 fingers. Two turbochargers. Peaks out at about 270 mile an hour. Will change into 7th gear at about 230. Great car to drive. Very mechanical car to drive. It's not quiet as like a wonderful Porsche or quiet Ferrari, some of them.
Yeah.
This is very mechanical, where the new ones are less mechanical. With Christian Koenigsegg's very latest gearbox, which is only 1 gear. Just 1 gear. And if you're going to ask me how it works, I don't know, but it doesn't change all the way up, they estimate, to 300 mile an hour.
It's the old DAF Variamatic gearbox, isn't it?
Well, it might be, but I couldn't comment. I'm not technically minded. But it's great fun to drive. Paddles, doors, everything's ultralight. Only weighs 1,600 kilos, the whole car.
Right, that's fantastic.
So, it's great.
Yeah, beautiful car. Okay, we're coming over to the finishing straight now. We've got a real mixture of cars here. Got a row of Ford Escorts, looking at its lovely RS2000 at the moment, and the owner Richard is with us. He's going to tell us a little bit about the car.
Hi. Yeah, it's RS2000 2-litre Pinto Mark 1, 1972. I've had it about 3 years. It's going great, actually, no real problems, but when I got it, I had to take the cooling system off and the electrical system and do all that. The brakes, they all came off as well. So it's had a few modifications over its life from the previous owner. So new brakes at the rear and high lift cam and various things people do. Roll cage, obviously, as you can see. But apart from that, it's reasonably standard.
You say you had it for 3 years, so a lot of work in that time. It looks really clean under the engine and everywhere else, so a bit of a busy hobby for you.
Yeah, exactly. I do get told off sometimes for spending too much time in the garage, but it's all the cleaning up work gets done in the winter and everything, and then try and get it out and about. And down here to Brooklands, I'm a BTM member, so I come down as often as I can.
It's always handy being one of our members, of course. What's the spec on this? What sort of power, engine size, etc.?
So 2-litre Ford Pinto engine. I think originally it would have put out about 96, 98 horsepower. I honestly don't know what it does now. I haven't had it on the road because I don't rev it up to the full revs. I do treat it reasonably kindly. It's never been on track. But that's what it should do. I think it was good for 100 odd miles an hour back in the day.
Yeah, we've got a few modified cars, and this is one of the most modified I think we've got here. I'm not even sure what it is looking from the front. I've got the owner here, James, who's going to tell us a little bit more about it. What is it to start with?
It is a 1994 Nissan Skyline GTST, rear-wheel drive, 2.5 single turbo, and it's a Japanese classic.
Yeah, we often see these occasionally have modified shows here, and we do see quite a few Skylines around, but this certainly one of the most modified we've seen, I think. So
Yeah.
have you done all the work on this?
Yeah, we've done all the work ourselves. We rebuilt the engine, we made the body kit. The most recent addition was the air suspension, which is as you see it sits now. But it's been a labour of love for the last 2-3 years, and still probably will continue more in the future.
It's never ending, is it? When you start modifying a car, there's always more to do.
Never ending. You're always looking for the next thing to change. What can you do next to it to make it different? So it's going to be many more years to come.
I think so. And is it a drift car, this one?
No, this purely is for shows, enjoyment of driving. It's mainly for just driving, enjoying it, coming to car shows, showing off.
You mentioned the air suspension there. It's on its lowest setting at the moment, is it?
Now, yeah. I have 3 settings, so this is parked up, sitting there nice and comfortable. I have a normal ride height, and I have a height for speed bumps. But it's very good for the Great British roads when they're bad. So it's fantastic, the best investment I've ever made.
Okay, so it's all controlled
On my phone.
remotely on your phone, and we're in, what are we in
This
now,
is
normal
ride
mode?
height. This is ride height mode, so this is as everyday driving. I then have a flick of a button. I go raise the front to have it half the ground for the curbs and the speed bumps. And then obviously when I come to the show, when it's finished setting itself up, I can then just lower it to the floor all the way, ready to go.
Excellent, that looks best on its low mode.
It does, but you can't drive that, unfortunately. The back wheels get stuck on the car, so this is purely for parking.
Yeah.
But every time you turn the ignition on, it automatically comes up ready to drive away.
Okay, we're in the middle of the finishing straight now, and we've got a line of varied classics and supercars here. Now we've got a Lotus, and we've got the owner here, Andy, and we're going to ask him a little bit about the car. So tell us about the car.
It's a Lotus Exige 350 Sport. I've had it almost a year now. It's a beautiful car. It's everything I expected from a Lotus. It squeaks and rattles and bangs and goes beautifully. It's not really a supercar in my book, but it's a very entertaining, aspirational car.
Quite an enjoyable one and fairly comfortable, is it?
Yeah, we went down to Le Mans this year in it, so it's nice in a track. It's got very solid suspension on it, but it's not bad on the French roads. Not so good on the British roads.
And is this your first Lotus or first sports car?
It's not my first sports car. I did have an Elise many years ago for a little while, and then I've had other less interesting cars. I've got a little Kit Car 7 style Kit Car, which I enjoy driving as well, which is now my track day car. This one will do eventually, but it's still too new for that.
Still too new for track days, I think. Yeah, you're probably right there. What sort of power and engine has this one got?
It's the Toyota V6. It's 349 brake and just a wall of torque. The supercharger just gives that most amazing sort of oomph. It's brilliant.
Ideal for track work then, really, but probably not so good just for driving about.
It's the Toyota. It's surprisingly easy to drive. I mean, the supercharger just makes it such an easy car to drive. Power delivery when you want it, and just pootling around the shops if you need it.
You need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably can't get too much shopping in the back though, can you?
Well, put it this way: the Le Mans trip is a camping trip. There's not a lot of room in the back.
Exactly.
A couple of sleeping bags, and that's about it.
So, whoops. Oh yeah. So you've got extra bits in the side there. We're in the queue now. They're waiting to go out onto the Mercedes-Benz World track next door for some parade laps. We're going to see if we can get a quick word with some of the drivers as we go round. I'm going to start off with the Alfa Romeo. I think it's the 4C. Hello, this from Brooklands. We're just doing a couple of interviews. I take it this is your car, and it's an Alfa Romeo
4C. Yes, and it is. Yes, it is my car.
It's
yes.
a 4C. What sort of engines have these got?
So this car's all about being lightweight. So it's only got a small engine. It's a 1.75 four-cylinder turbocharged engine, which produces around 280 brake in a car that's around 900 kilograms.
That's not bad, is it? Really, it's very lightweight. Done track days before?
It has done a couple of days at Brands Hatch. But yeah, that's one of the few circuits where it can go round because it's a little bit noisy and the decibel ratings are
is
often
it
a problem.
right? I don't think they worry too much about noise here, but they don't go terribly fast either.
No, that is true. That's true. Not here.
It's a stately parade.
It is, as you yeah, a parade, as you say.
All right, great, enjoy it.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Right, we're walking down the queue of cars here. They're not moving yet, so they haven't opened the gates. We've got another Nissan here by the look of it. Right, we've got another Nissan Skyline, slightly older one here, I think. Okay, so we have here, what sort of car?
It's based off a Nissan R32 Skyline from Japan, but it's one that was actually created by a company in Japan called Valeside. So they rolled the car off the production line and did their own magic to the car. We bought it off Valeside back about 2009 and restored it back to its former glory.
Very nice. So it's not actually a Nissan then?
Yeah, it's still Nissan everything, but
underneath.
it's a bit like people who, I don't know, take Range Rovers to Overfinch and
Yeah.
Cosworth doing with Fords, etc., that sort of thing. Yeah.
What sort of power we got here?
555 brake and just under 500 pounds of Newton torque.
Fabulous, that's not bad, is it really?
No, it's good for the roads and
What
track.
sort of age is the car?
It'll be 20 years sold next year.
20 years.
Next year.
Still going fine. You've had it for 20 years, of course?
No, God no. No, 2009 I've had it from, so.
Right. Okay, we're now down on the Mercedes-Benz World track. The cars are queuing up to go out for some laps, and we're going to try and catch a word with a couple of the drivers, one of whom is smiling at us nicely here. Hello there, we're from Brooklands, doing a couple of interviews. I take it, is this your car?
Yes, it is my baby. We've been together for 5 years. 6-liter V8 muscle car. Very proud. Can't wait to go in the track and play a bit, have fun.
And what sort of horsepower has this got?
It's 430.
430.
Natural aspirated, not turbos. It's a Chevrolet Camaro SS Super Sport.
And you've had this for 5 years, so plenty of track days in that time?
Yeah, a bit of fun. Santa Pod as well. Just try to keep the sport going. Keep her awake.
Ahead of the queue here is lovely Aston Martin Vantage. Just going to have a quick word with the owner, I hope. Hello there, sir. Hi, we're from Brooklands, just filming a few snippets for a little film about the day. This is your car?
Yes, it is.
Lovely.
Yes,
And what is it?
it's a Vantage S Roadster, and it's 2011, so it's almost 8 years old.
Right. First time out on the Mercedes-Benz World Track?
No, I've done it about 4 times now.
Oh, you're experienced.
Yes.
hand, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. What sort of engine and power have these got?
This is a 4.7 V8 with 430 brake horsepower.
Should should be ample to get you around the Mercedes track, I think.
Absolutely,
Just
yes.
about, shouldn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, lovely. Thank you very much. We're still down here. The AMG cars are doing their drifting demonstrations out on the track at the moment, so we're waiting for them to finish before the cars can get out on the parades. Hello there. Hiya. I'm Tim from Brooklands. We're just interviewing a couple of drivers today. First time on the track?
Second.
Second.
Yep.
Are you a Brooklands member?
Not yet, but definitely thinking of
about
joining.
then.
Yes, absolutely.
Excellent.
We were here for
Father's Day.
the Father's Day event.
All right.
That
yes.
was that was on.
So that was good.
Yeah.
So have you had the car long?
This is my second year.
Second year of ownership of this. Did you have Jaguars before?
No, first one. Always wanted one and
Yeah.
managed to get one finally.
Then you got one. Tell us a little bit about the car.
It's a 3-litre V6 all-wheel drive, so it's about 380 horsepower. Fast enough for me at this stage of my. So yeah.
Yeah, that's plenty. 380, I think. It really.
It's
certainly is for going around this track anyway.
well, and on the road.
And on the road,
Yeah.
indeed. Yeah. Nice and easy to drive.
Beautiful to drive.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Automatic, I'll take it.
Yeah, 8-speed automatic. Yeah.
8-speed. Not bad. So you enjoy it as well?
Love it, absolutely love it. I tried to persuade a daddy-daughter 2-Jag combination, but didn't really get my
Didn't
way.
work.
So, but I tried.
Oh, well, never mind. Always worth a try.
Always worth a try.
Yeah, keep nibbling at it. You never
Exactly.
know.
One
You never
day.
know.
One day it'll be me.
One day it'll happen. Cheers. Thank you. Okay, I think the drifting has probably finished, so the cars are about to head out on track. We're still walking down the queue, which is actually on the old Campbell circuit here, which is the bit of concrete they're sitting on at the moment. Lovely Ferrari here. Hello there, sir. Hi, from Brooklands. Hiya.
How are you doing?
Not too bad, thank you. What sort of Ferrari is this?
This is an FF, Ferrari 44 FF,
What sort of engine and power we got on this one?
V12, 640 I think, and it's 4-wheel drive.
Excellent. And have you done track days in this one before?
First time out, Virgin.
First time on this one. Yeah, the Mercedes-Benz World Track's not so bad. It's not like other tracks. You don't quite go so fast on this one.
No, I've done it in a car track that somebody bought me for the day, but not in my own car, so first time.
First time in your own one then. It should be all right on here.
It's a procession.
It is more a procession than a track day, I think. Okay, well enjoy it. Thanks very much. Right, and we've got another Ferrari following on here. Hello there, sir. Can I have a quick word?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, hi. What sort of Ferrari have you got here?
This is a 360 Modena Spider.
And what sort of power engine we got here?
3.6, and it'll do about 190.
Probably not around the Mercedes track today, though.
Probably not, but I got something closer to that on Spa in May.
That's not too bad then,
No,
is
it's
it?
not too
I
bad.
think today you'd be lucky to get about 50 miles an hour.
Okay, well, I'm still looking forward to it. It's still a great experience.
It should be fun going around here, being on the old Brooklands circuit as well. You're actually on the Campbell circuit at the moment,
Yeah,
which is the original
just a shame
track,
there's
yeah.
not more of it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of this one left, but there we are. But this track is quite nice, the one they've done here.
Yeah.
Quick question about helmets. Are they making everyone wear helmets now?
Yes, they are. They're very, very strict. In fact, they're even strict than going around the Nürburgring.
Really?
Yes.
And you're probably not going anywhere near as fast as around there, are you?
Probably not, no. Overkill, but that's health and safety for you. Yeah.
Never used to. It's a fairly recent thing, this, I think. Right, got some revving up going on here with a Mercedes behind. But we're going to talk to a TVR. We'll ignore the Mercedes revving behind you. Yeah. Okay.
All day.
Has he been doing it all day?
He's been doing it all day, yeah.
Annoying everyone, yeah.
Nah, he's not annoying anyone. He's good.
Okay. So, what sort of car we got here?
TVR, Chimera, 5-litre HC, 2000.
What sort of horsepower does this one kick out?
I think they had about 360, and then the HC had a bit more. It's about 370, 380.
Plenty enough to go around the Mercedes-Benz World Track today.
Just about. It might get us round the track.
Yeah, you get all the way around, hopefully, without breaking down.
Yeah.
Maybe. What's reliability like?
So far, so good. Let's just say that.
I hear a few things about Chimeras.
Yeah. No, yeah. So far, so good.
In your case, then.
No, we're not seeing smoke yet, so we're fine.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed. I've just seen the breakdown truck go out there.
Yeah.
So it should be okay if anything happens. All
Cool.
right, then.
Cheers.
Cheers now. We've got an unusual one for Supercar Day, a Vauxhall. We're going to see if we can get a quick word with the driver of it. It sounded like it didn't have a standard engine, so we're going to ask him about that. Hello there.
Hello there.
Your car, I take it?
Yes, it is mine, yeah.
Yeah. What's it got under the bonnet?
It's got a 16 valve Vauxhall red top running fuel injection, throttle bodies.
And what sort of power do you get from that?
About 212 brake horse.
212?
Yeah, it's a light car, so it's quite nippy.
Right, obviously not a standard engine.
Oh no.
What do these originally have?
1250, no, 1189 I think, sort of 12, just under 1200 cc,
Right.
overhead valve.
And nowhere near 200 horsepower?
No, about 60 I think.
About 60?
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't be in Supercar Day if you still had the original then?
I don't think so. Wouldn't be here yet.
Still be on the motorway trying
It
to
would
get
be,
around.
yeah.
Yeah, lovely. So you do the work on this yourself?
All our own work, yeah, at home in the shed.
Yeah?
Yeah, everything. Paint job was it. He went away for paint. That was the only thing.
All right, okay. So you got it as a
Wreck. It was a wreck, yeah. Yeah, it was a wreck. Everything, yeah. New front, new inner wings, different suspension, different engine, different gearbox, axle, everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, thank you.
Interested to see it go around the track in a minute.
Should be a laugh.
Good luck, then.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to try and have a word with this Ford Escort owner. He's got his full face helmet on, so we might have a bit of difficulty, and a little gap in the... Oh, the door's opening. There we go. That made it a bit easier, I think. Hi there.
Hello.
Ford Escort, pretty clearly.
Rally car.
Yeah.
Car that we've been competing for the last 2 years, having lots of fun. Thought we'd come here today and give it a little show off.
Fantastic. And have you built this one yourself?
We built this ourselves at our garage, yeah. We've got lots of sponsors on board that help us financially, which is nice. We couldn't do it without their help.
No, absolutely. What garage is that?
We got a little car repair shop in Sunbury. We just do small cars, old cars, vans, anything that puts a bit of money in the bank.
You actually compete this one, do you?
We compete with this car, yeah, we have done for the last 2 years.
Right.
So,
Successfully?
Yeah, quite successful. We've had some good results, some class wins, which is nice, but always open for some more sponsorship if there's any available.
Okay, we'll see if anyone answers that one when it goes out on a telly then. Okay, what sort of engine you got in here?
Just a 2 litre Pinto, quite straightforward, about 190 brake horsepower. Nothing going to set the world alight by today's standards, but we'll try and put on a bit of a show.
It should be enough,
It should be enough.
We'd like to go around the Mercedes.
It'll be lovely. It will be lovely.
This is more of a stately procession, I think.
Yeah, it's an organised procession, yeah.
Okay then.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we're coming to the end of the queue here. It is moving slightly because the cars are moving out on track now. But spotted this little Alpine here, so we're going to have a quick word with the driver if we can. Hello, sir. Hello. I'm from Brooklands. We're just filming a few snippets with some drivers going out on the track today. An Alpine?
Yeah, this is an Alpine A110. So it's a similar car to the original late 60s, early 70s rally car.
Excellent, and this is all modern, of course.
Yeah, it's a modern car. It has a Megane RS engine, a turbocharged 1800, 250 horsepower, and it weighs about 1,000 kilos.
not bad, so pretty light.
It's extremely light. I mean, it drives differently to most cars actually, in that it's all the unsprung weight is very light, so the handling is great, the cornering is great, and it's got a good turn of speed.
Fantastic. Looking forward to going out on the track in a minute.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Okay, we're off.